expectation with Indonesia is that, like many other emerging markets and more broadly the global economy, it's really been knocked off course with this coronavirus. I mean, Indonesia's exposed via a number of different channels to the coronavirus and its economic impacts. I mean, first of all, we know that Indonesia's had quite a significant localized outbreak of infections, and so the significant shutdowns that have been implemented in order to try and contain the further spread of the virus is having a significant effect on the local economy, and particularly household consumption, which takes which just represents really over half of GDP. So that's a significant hit to Indonesia from a domestic point of view. And then, of course, given the importance of commodities to Indonesia and the globalist recession that we're expecting to have, we should see, decent falls in Indonesia's export receipts as a result of the virus due to the flow-on effects from weaker global demand, and then more broadly due to a global recession as well, that we should see take more shape throughout the first half of this year.
Well, having said negative 0.5% for the global economic growth rate cut, how do you foresee ending 2020 for the emerging countries, especially Indonesia?
So that's a good question. And I mean, what I would first say is that there's so much uncertainty related to how this virus and how the economic impacts are going to play out. I mean, our assumption is that Indonesia's economy will start to get back on its feet and really start to not see the same sort of localized outbreak, by the second half of this year, particularly in the third quarter. We should start to see an improvement. And, but that's contingent on a lot of factors. And while we don't have a vaccine yet, and we still see significant pain happening in important markets outside of the region, particularly in the US and Europe, that's going to really guide how Indonesia and how more broadly emerging markets respond from an economic point of view to this virus. But we should see that by the end of the year, really the brunt of this economic impact of COVID-19 has largely passed, and our baseline scenario is that we will be in some sort of a recovery mode by the end of the year.